Hello and welcome to Chevening. Thank you for joining us. Today we're going to give you a very quick tour of your scholarship. We will touch upon the history of Chevening, what you can expect from us throughout the year, and what we expect from you, as well as talking a little bit about life in the UK. My name is Nissa. I'm the Senior Programme Officer and I oversee the Programme Officer team. You will have been introduced to your Programme Officer when you attended one of the live webinars last week. This presentation will be split into three parts: what is Chevening, your Chevening year, and life in the UK. All the questions that you sent in to us during the live webinars have now been collated into an FAQ document, which will be made available on the Chevening website. So, let's start with a little bit of history about this flagship programme. As you will already know, Chevening is the UK's global scholarship programme and is funded by the Foreign and Commonwealth Office and other partner organisations. It is aimed at mid-career professionals who have been identified as having leadership potential. Awards are made for a one-year master's degree in any subject and at any university within the UK. The purpose of Chevening, as Secretary of State for Foreign and Commonwealth Affairs, the Right Honourable William Hague stated, is creating lasting positive relationships with future leaders, influencers and decision makers. So, though you are here to study at some of the finest institutions in the world, ultimately we hope that you will meet new people and form new bonds and networks with them. So get outside of the classroom, outside of the lab, the library, and try to make as many new friends and contacts as possible during the year ahead. To give you a little bit of history about the network of which you are now a part, this scholarship began in 1983, offering 80 scholarships in that first year. It was originally named the Foreign and Commonwealth Office Scholarships and Awards Scheme, but was then changed to the Chevening Scholarships Programme. Named after Chevening House in Sevenoaks, Kent, Chevening House is the joint official residence of the Foreign Secretary and the Deputy Prime Minister. So what is so special about Chevening Scholarship? What makes Chevening stand out from all other awards? We are looking for future leaders, those who have the potential to make a difference. You have been selected as we believe that you have an amazing future ahead of you. Coming to the UK is an incredible opportunity, and it's a chance for you to really get to know the country and its people, as well as having access to first-class education. You are now part of the extended Chevening family. There are currently around 600 of you here this year, and don't forget about the 42,000 who have already preceded you. So here are some quick facts and figures. Chevening operates in 118 countries worldwide, excluding the US and most of the EU. In 2013-14, Chevening will support over 600 individuals. It has been suggested that the Chevening Scholarship Programme will continue to grow in the coming years, which shows the importance this scheme holds with the UK government. So in future years, we may very well offer more than 600 scholarships each year. And this seems possible considering Chevening's expansion from its humble beginnings. Although you as the scholars are at the very centre of this programme, what you are doing now and what you will go on to achieve will have an enormous impact on others. So what do we mean by stakeholders? These are people who have an interest in and are impacted by your scholarship. The Foreign and Commonwealth Office, who fund your scholarship, and so you are considered a government-funded scholar. Your Chevening Scholarship will enable you to make an immediate and high-profile connection with the UK, both now and in the future. Your chosen university, who, as part of a Prime Minister's initiative, kindly agree to give a discount on your fees in honour of this prestigious award. Through them you have access to a platform of world-class learning and individuals who are renowned experts in their field. Partnership universities or organisations. Some universities also have partnerships with countries in specific subjects, and many companies in your home countries also give funding towards the cost of your scholarship in order to enhance your award. The Chevening Scholarship Secretariat, who administer the programme on behalf of the Foreign and Commonwealth Office. Some notable past Chevening alumni are already making a difference, and they include those on your screen, but there are also numerous other past and present world leaders. So as you can see, you will be joining a very distinguished group of people. This is a special year for us. Chevening is 30 years old, so keep your eye out for special anniversary events and opportunities throughout the year. You will be able to see from what we have already told you that Chevening is widely known throughout the world as a first-class flagship scheme. We have many influential alumni in our ranks, and we want to continue to bring the best and brightest scholars to the UK. This year, that starts with you. We know that you had to go through quite a lot to get here, from the applications and interviews through to the paperwork and visa, so congratulations. Now that you are finally here, we'll do our best to support you and provide you with lots of special events, and in return we expect you to work hard and use this opportunity to further your future career. Remember that you are now a representative not only of your home country, but also Chevening as well. We're now going to turn to some of the more important responsibilities that you have throughout your time here in the UK, as well as some of the admin procedures that will run alongside this. All of you will have received the link to the Scholar Handbook, which you should read, as there is a great deal of information about your award in there. It can be found at the Chevening website under the Current Scholars tab. A standard Chevening scholarship will cover 1. Your tuition fees, which are paid directly to your university by the Secretariat. 2. A living allowance, which will be paid directly into your UK bank account, also by the Secretariat. 3. Return flights to and from your country. These will be booked through STA Travel in accordance with the procedures and guidelines that we have laid out. 4. There are also some additional grants that will be paid to you. Excess baggage allowance, which is paid to you at the end of your course as you prepare to return home, and the thesis grant, which will be paid to you towards the end of your second term. 5. Finally, there is another claimable allowance, the study travel grant. The form for the study travel grant can be found on the Chevening website. This is for travel that is relevant to your course, and it must be approved by your university. More information can be found in the handbook. Your final award letter will set out the specific components of your scholarship, and you can always get in touch with your programme officer if you have any questions. I do apologise if you've already completed some of these tasks, as some of you have been here for a while now, but for those of you who haven't managed to get round to this yet, this information will be applicable. Now that you have arrived in the UK, you should open a bank account and complete and return the registration form to your programme officer as soon as possible. Links to the forms and further information about this can be found in the Practical Matters section of the website. You should make sure that you read all information in this section of the website very carefully and get in touch if you have any questions. It may take you a little bit of time to open a bank account, but your university should be able to provide further advice or any supporting documentation that you might need. Please make sure that you complete your registration form as soon as possible and that you include your most up-to-date contact details, as these are the ones we will use to keep in touch with you whilst you are in the UK. Please note that it is your responsibility to keep your programme officer updated with any changes to your contact details. Stipend payments are made throughout the duration of your course or for a period of 12 months, whichever is the shorter. Please refer to your award letter for the maximum dates for which stipend is payable. Stipend may stop earlier than stated in your award letter, where 1. Either you or the university have confirmed that your course finishes sooner than you expected, or 2. You elect to end your studies by returning home before the end of your course. Either instance will officially end your scholarship. Please note that Chevening scholarships are awarded for a maximum of 12 months only, and your scholarship cannot be extended beyond the end date in your award letter. Where your award includes a stipend, these payments will be made to you on the 21st of every month. Stipend will normally be credited to your account within 3 to 4 days of it being paid. Stipend can only be paid to scholars who are studying in the UK and during your course dates. If you do experience any problems regarding your stipend, please contact your programme officer as soon as possible. As I've already touched on, Chevening is ultimately about you cultivating relationships with people in the UK and spending time learning about the UK. As such, you can only have 30 days out of the UK during the tenure of your scholarship. This is a UK-based scholarship, and so you must seek permission from your programme officer in advance if you plan to leave the UK. Please note that if you are out of the UK for over 30 days, you may be subject to a loss of stipend. We also expect you to excel academically throughout this year and to fully utilize and appreciate the academic opportunity that you have been given. You do have a responsibility to attend all your classes and follow all the immigration rules set down by your university. If you ever have any problems with your university, please contact your program officer as soon as possible. Over the year, we shall send out questions and surveys to you to keep track of your progress. Please respond to these as soon as possible. You will also have plenty of opportunities to meet up with other Chevening scholars at events. We encourage you to do this as it is an excellent opportunity to network with others. The Secretariat is only open during office hours. These are Monday to Friday and between 9 and 5 p.m. In the case of an emergency, you should always get in touch with your program officer, but in the first instance, we suggest that you contact someone at the university, as they will have dedicated teams available to help you. Further information about this can be found on the Chevening website. Depending on your visa, you may be permitted to work. However, your main priority whilst you are in the UK is to study, and so you must inform your program officer if you intend to undertake any work opportunities. Same applies for an internship. You should always get in touch with us if you are offered or wish to pursue an internship. And finally, please note that you have signed an agreement confirming that you will return home at the end of your award. This condition is to ensure that you take your Chevening experience back to your own country and utilize all that you have learnt in the UK. Just to reiterate, that your program officer should always be the first point of contact concerning any aspect of your Chevening scholarship. Never be worried about contacting them, as they are here to help. Indeed, it's far better to tell us about even trivial things rather than leave us in the dark. We will then be in a far better position to support you when we are told at the beginning. You will receive e-newsletters throughout your time on award. These are a way of sharing what you've been up to with the rest of the cohort. Perhaps you've organised a sports tournament, presented a paper at a conference, run a marathon for charity, or won an award. Whatever it is, please let us know, as we'd love to be able to share your experiences with the rest of the Chevening family. This picture was taken in July at the Foreign and Commonwealth Office during our farewell event, an opportunity for the scholars to look back at their successes with their peers. I do hope that you enjoy your time in the UK and at the university that you have chosen. We're now going to move on to look at all the additional opportunities that you will have as a Chevening scholar. So your Chevening year. We have arranged a program of mandatory as well as optional events and activities. We encourage you to make the most of your Chevening experience network with your fellow scholars and learn as much as you can about the UK. This picture was taken at the Foreign Office during a welcome event for the 2012-13 scholars, and we will be talking about the welcome events a little later on. We want to help you make your Chevening experience fantastic, and so we've organised a varied programme of activities. I will outline all the opportunities you have as a new Chevening scholar, which we hope you will take part in. For more information about these opportunities, please click on the Current Scholars tab of our website. These opportunities will include networking via a tailored programme of events, developing a deeper understanding of UK culture, engaging directly with the UK Foreign and Commonwealth Office, gaining leadership opportunities within the Chevening community, and joining Chevening's global alumni network. We have already created 50 relationships between you and alumni from last year through the Chevening Buddy Scheme. The Buddy Scheme links new scholars with Chevening alumni to discuss life and study in the UK. This enables new scholars to talk to someone who is best placed to answer many of their questions. Scholars can request to be paired with alumni who have studied at their UK university or their particular subject area, or request to be connected to alumni from their home country. We will always do our best to match you with a buddy who fits your requirements. If you are interested in this scheme, please contact engage@chevening.org with Buddy Me in the subject line, and you will also need to indicate if you would like to be paired with a buddy to match your UK university, your subject area, or your home country. Please ensure that when you email you also include your full name, home country, and UK university. Chevening organises a number of formal social events for Chevening scholars. 4 welcome receptions will take place in October to November for the 2013-14 scholars. A farewell reception in London will also take place in July to August 2014 for the whole 2013-14 cohort. 4 welcome receptions will take place, 2 in London at the Foreign and Commonwealth Office, 1 at the University of Edinburgh in Scotland, and 1 at the University of Sheffield in the north of England. You will be invited to only 1 reception. You should have already received an email from the Chevening Scholarship Secretariat to assign you to one of these receptions. Please remember that attendance at a welcome event is a mandatory part of your scholarship, so do get in contact with your Programme Officer if you have not yet received an email inviting you to one of these events. The Chevening Topical Talk series gives Chevening scholars the opportunity to attend keynote lectures given by high-profile speakers. Throughout the year, a range of high-profile speakers will present on a variety of topical issues. Previously, talks have focused on the world economy, food security, international diplomacy, and the British media. Please remember that places at topical talks are assigned on a first-come, first-served basis and are often competitively attended. Are you keen to run your own event? Then you should apply for funding to run a scholar-led event. To apply for Chevening funding to organise such events, please watch out for further information on how to apply on our website or contact engage@chevening.org with Fund Me in the subject line. Last year, 5 scholars received Chevening funding to run an event at each of their universities at Cardiff, Edinburgh, Lancaster, LSE and Sussex. Ideally, these events will be open to other students on your campus so that others can benefit outside of the immediate Chevening community. If you are a keen networker, then you should apply to be a regional Chevening ambassador. In this role, you will take responsibility for connecting Chevening scholars in the same region with one another to increase networking and establish relationships which could shape your futures. Ambassadors organise many different smaller social events like day trips to local areas of interest, a visit to a restaurant, or sporting activities. They could also arrange professional networking with like-minded scholars. Regional ambassadors will have access to a Chevening Entertainment Fund. Scholars will need to provide an outline of costs, original receipts, and be able to prove a minimum number of Chevening scholars can attend the event. A maximum of £200 will be considered per event. If you would like to apply, please contact engage@chevening.org with Ambassador in the subject line. Further information on how to apply will soon be available on our website. Host UK promotes international friendship and understanding by arranging for international students studying in the UK to spend time in a British home. Through our partnership with Host UK, we have a small number of Chevening-funded places for scholars to visit a British home for a weekend or a day. This is a fantastic way to get a glimpse of a British home, and visits can be arranged over Christmas and Easter. Many universities also fund Host UK visits, and they are listed here at hostuk.org.uk/student payments. Read more from the 2012-13 Chevening scholar Cosmos about his Host UK experience on our website. To apply for a place at this scheme, please contact Host directly by visiting www.hostuk.org.uk/student application. Remember to say that you are a Chevening scholar in the drop-down menu where it asks, "How are you funding your studies in the UK?" For details of upcoming events, please see the Chevening events calendar on our website and add the dates to your diary. Remember to keep checking back for updates, as we will add to this throughout the year. The Chevening Scholar Network enables scholars to interact with one another, receive event updates, and make the most of their time in the UK. New scholars are invited to join as soon as their scholarship is confirmed, allowing them to begin networking from the very start of their Chevening experience. Becoming involved in this influential and highly regarded network will make your Chevening experience all the richer. Please remember to join our social media networks, and in particular the 2013-14 Chevening Facebook group. Other Chevening networks include the Chevening Community Facebook, Chevening Scholars and Alumni LinkedIn, the Flickr stream, Pinterest, and Google+. You can also follow Chevening on Twitter. There is a Chevening Scholar blog called Chevening Conversations. The Chevening Facebook page is a platform to share information about the Foreign Office's activities around the world, as well as updates about the Chevening Scholarships Programme. Please remember to follow the Chevening social media policy, which can be found on our website. We encourage you as a new Chevening Scholar to make the most of your time in the UK and learn as much as you can about British life. Your university should have a list of local organisations with which you can get involved. Volunteering with a local charity is a great way to contribute to British society whilst you are here. Please let us know which organisations you sign up with. Last year, several of our scholars raised money for their chosen charities through a Chevening football tournament and Chevening 5K run. Chevening scholars were also involved in a variety of external activities, and these included the CSC Leaders Conference in 2012 at Oxford University, Commonwealth Day 2013 at Westminster Abbey in London, the Chevening Book Group at World Book Night also in 2013, the TEDx 2013 at Sussex University, City Week, and the Commonwealth Residential School. For more information about the opportunities available, please click on the Current Scholars tab of the website. And now let's talk a little about life in the UK. Some of you will have spent time in the UK or abroad elsewhere before, but not necessarily for such an extended period. We are aware here at the Secretariat that culture shock may or may not affect some of you, and if this is something that worries or concerns you, please contact Laura Dyson or your welfare offices on campus. There is also a link to the website at the bottom of the slide that you might find useful. Protecting your immigration status. You should always contact our Senior Welfare and Immigration Officer, Laura Dyson, as she is specifically trained in these matters and will be able to give you specific advice for any concerns that you may have about your visa. Even though you have your visa and you are now in the UK, you must still ensure that you are in compliance with the terms and conditions so that it remains valid for the duration of your course. Firstly, have a look at your visa and check if the expiry date and the conditions written on it are correct. Occasionally there are errors on visas, and the earlier it can be corrected, the better. Conditions of your visa will often relate to work, police registration, which you must do if required, and public funds, which means that you cannot claim state benefits whilst in the UK. Your university may be required to report frequent or prolonged unauthorised absences to the Home Office. This could result in your visa being curtailed. Therefore, please ensure that you attend all scheduled classes, lectures, and seminars for your course, and notify your tutors if you will be absent from any classes due to illness or unforeseen circumstances. Your university may also request that you check in or re-register at intervals throughout the year. This is nothing to worry about. It is simply to help them comply with their duties as Tier 4 visa sponsors. Your university is required to have an up-to-date record of your address at all times whilst you're in the UK, so please do ensure that you notify them immediately if you move. If you are required to register with the police, you must also inform them of any changes of address. This is very important, so please don't forget to do so. It is a good idea to keep a copy of your passport, visa, supporting documents used in your visa application, and any correspondence regarding your visa somewhere safe, so that if you lose any of the originals, you are quickly able to access a copy. If you leave the UK for any reason, please inform me and you will be sent some information about what to carry with you when re-entering the UK. Make sure that you know the expiry date of your visa and don't stay in the UK after that date, as you would be breaking immigration law, which could have an impact on future visa applications. If you are confused or have any concerns about anything visa related, you can contact Laura. Her email address is laura.dyson@chevening.org. You can also contact an international student advisor at your university. Alternatively, have a look at the website listed at the bottom of this slide. There are many opportunities for travelling, study permitting, once you are in the UK. The UK is a relatively small country, but it is really well connected, and there are many places to visit. There is an extensive train network within the UK, and you may be entitled to one of the rail cards giving you access to discounted travel. Please see the National Rail website for further information. There is also a similar system in place for coach travel, and further information can be found on the National Express website. There are a couple of other aspects of living in the UK that you should be aware of. You should note that banks and post offices are usually closed on Saturday afternoons and Sundays. On Sundays as well, many shops are only open for a short amount of time. There are many options available for you for mobile phones. Carphone Warehouse or Phones for You are shops that will assist you in getting the right phone and tariff, as they are not affiliated with any particular network, and so they will be able to give you impartial advice. Wi-Fi or broadband is often available in your university halls as part of your agreement, and you should check your contract to see what is included. Those of you staying in private accommodation should speak to their landlord and be aware of getting tied into long-term contracts. If you watch live TV, you will need a TV license. Please speak to your accommodation office or your landlord about whether you are unsure or not whether you will need one. If you have any queries about tax in the UK, especially council tax, please speak to your programme officer. The Secretariat urges scholars to register with a general practitioner, or GP, as soon as possible, as they are the first point of care for non-emergencies. If you need specialist treatment, your GP will arrange an appointment with a consultant at the nearest hospital. Access for non-nationals can vary from surgery to surgery. Keep trying if you think you are eligible and you are turned away. For non-emergency advice or treatment, you can also access NHS Direct and walk-in centres. NHS Direct will provide medical advice over the phone and internet. NHS walk-in centres are drop-in medical centres which you can access without an appointment. You can find your nearest one on the internet. Please remember that your programme officer can only help you if they know what's going on. Even if something seems like it might not become a problem, please let them know about it just in case it does. We want to be able to help you through any issue you might face this year, whether it's academic, financial, emotional, or otherwise, but we can only do so if you keep us in the loop. So you should now be focusing on the following things. If you haven't done these already, you should be opening a bank account, registering for a welcome reception, and returning the registration form to your programme officer. And remember, throughout the year, please attend as many Chevening events as possible. You should always be acting as an ambassador for your home country, the FCO, as well as Chevening. And you should experience whatever the UK has to offer. Try and travel as much as possible within the UK and meet other people, and try to get involved in some of the activities within your local communities. And have fun. Please remember to enjoy your time in the UK, and remember to stay involved and stay in touch. For the questions that were raised in last week's live webinars, please see the Frequently Asked Questions document in the Current Scholars section of the website. For further information, you can contact the Chevening Scholarship Secretariat through your programme officer or see the website at www.chevening.org.